What's up guys, Trav White here. I'm joined by
Greg Brzezinski
from the Beard Brand Alliance, and today we're talking about 5 reasons long hair sucks, coming from 2 guys with long hair. Let's get into it.
So you heard it here first. 2 guys with long hair sucks. We hate having long hair. It's true.
Yeah, it sucks. There's so many things in our day-to-day lives that are harder because of long hair. We're gonna talk about 5 of them right now. So number 1, the time and money that goes into the upkeep and the maintenance of long hair. I've had to really look at a lot of the ingredients that I'm using in my shampoos and conditioners, where when I had short hair, oftentimes I probably wouldn't even use a conditioner, or every now and then I would. Now with long hair, I'm paying attention to the ingredients. I'm making sure that it has shea butter at least to stop from split ends. And I'm also using quite a bit more product every time I wash. So
a lot more product. It's shocking the amount of, I use utility bar from Beard Brand on my hair to wash it, but
you gotta lather it up.
It's gotta lather up. I mean, there's a lot of hair. And then, as you said, the amount of conditioner, the amount of product that you use on long hair, it's shocking how much. You might be going from 0 conditioner when you have short hair to what feels like a half a bottle sometimes.
Yeah, and I use the Beard Brand shampoo and conditioner. It has awesome ingredients in it, but the bottles aren't huge. So when I'm using conditioner, I feel like I'm using at least a quarter of the bottle, like in one wash. And so that's just something that has been a struggle having long hair, is just the upkeep and the maintenance. You're gonna be spending more money on higher quality products, and you're gonna be spending more time in the shower washing. It just comes with the territory.
Yeah. And it's not to say that like you might be saving some time because you're doing it less often, but that day you actually have to wash your hair. It
takes a while.
Yeah, and it's something you got to plan for. We've made other videos, that speak to that a little bit, but that's one thing I do hate about having long hair. And there are days like I'm like, God, can I get another day out of my hair so I don't have to wash it? You're probably thinking, well, cut it already. But the perks of having long hair, are good. You look like this when you have long hair.
We'll make another video on why long hair is awesome. Right now, we have a bone to pick with it.
Yeah, because it sucks.
So number 2, it gets caught in everything. When I'm putting a backpack over my shoulder, my camera bag, and I try to turn my head, it's like getting pulled like this. When I'm sleeping, and I'm trying to turn my head, it gets caught between the pillow and my shoulder.
Like if you're sleeping with your wife or someone, people laying on your hair, you try to turn over and someone's laying on your hair.
Yeah, good luck cuddling with anyone. Like, it's just a no-go.
It's annoying. It's annoying. Yeah. But it gets caught in zippers. Like wearing a scarf. Like your hair caught in your scarf, under your scarf. Your hair caught behind your collar. You put your coat on, your hair stuck behind your collar. You have to be thinking about where your hair is, all the time. One thing that makes long hair sucky is the fact that it's constantly getting caught in everything.
Yeah. Number 3. What's number 3, Greg?
Number 3, wind.
Dude.
Wind.
The invisible enemy of men with long hair.
Yeah, you think you look great. You styled your hair in the morning, say it's day number 2, number 1. You have your hair down. It looks fantastic. And you walk out the door and you like whoosh.
It gets in your mouth. You're walking down the street like this. Like, people are looking at you crazy. I'm like doing this and I'm doing this. I'm constantly. Good luck doing any photo shoots if it's windy. Like, it's just all over the place, man.
These guys are on the camera on the other side going, cut your hair already. But there's too many perks right now, pluses for having long hair. But the wind is the ultra enemy. It's the nature force that, with Mother Nature, like, she's getting it for this one. You think it's just hiking, you're out in the woods and the wind's blowing. It's an urban thing. If you live in any kind of urban environment, you walk in certain the canyons of the city, you hit a corner and then this gust of wind comes out of nowhere. If you want to take your confidence away immediately, you think, oh, I'm rocking this long hair and I look really good.
You're about to walk by a beautiful girl or someone that you're attracted to.
Like, here comes your work associates, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking great. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's just like this wind force hits you. Like, so Mother Nature, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, God.
You make long hair suck.
Out of this list, that's probably the worst.
It is the worst.
Yeah, I think wind.
It can destroy confidence immediately because you think you look great, and then you can't predict when it's going to happen. You could walk outside and walk for blocks and blocks and blocks, or be hiking and no wind comes at all, and then out of the blue, she kills you. Long hair sucks.
Number 4, I think there's a certain perception that comes with having long hair. It's polarizing. It's definitely polarizing. It's funny. I did a talk at Menfluential Conference in Atlanta that's run by Antonio Centeno from Real Men Real Style and Aaron Marino, Alpha M. I spoke at their conference.
Not name dropping, are you?
I'm just letting them know who runs the conference.
This guy runs in some great circles.
For people who don't know who runs the conference, that's who runs it. Anyways, I was talking at the conference and I asked the audience, because this is a group of stylish men of all ages, younger, older, middle-aged, you name it, they're at the conference. I asked the show of hands, raise your hand if you don't like or you have strong opinions against man buns or long hair. Half the room raised their hands. So if you're gonna grow your hair out, you should just know that you're going to be polarizing. It's going to be divisive just by the very fact of growing your hair out.
And that's coming from a group of guys who understand style, who like get it. Still, a big proportion of that group did not like the long hair.
And imagine if people who have no idea and they're still learning about style, like they're gonna have probably a stronger opinion about it as well.
Yeah, explain yourself walking into the Appalachians, it's just like all of a sudden here comes this hippie with the long hair.
Right.
So that there are some preconceived notions about what long hair is. So it's just like, hey, you're vain. You have this long hair, or you think you're a pretty boy.
Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah. Or you're a hippie, like you don't care. So it's funny. It goes
You're
both
a broke
ways.
artist, like think back to Limitless with Bradley Cooper when he was a struggling author. He had his long hair and then he took his Limitless pill, he got a haircut. Like, it's just things like that you see in movies, you see how it's portrayed.
I think it's funny that it can go from you care too much to you don't care at all.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like within the flip of a switch.
One extreme to the other, just depending on the opinion of the person. Well, what's funny is like, this could almost be twisted to a positive. If you're trying to build a personal brand or any sort of online content creation, like it's gonna drive attention.
Yeah.
And being slightly polarizing could be a good thing.
Right.
So it could work for you, but just know if you're the type of person who gets insecure or doesn't like people hating or judging you or coming at you, long hair is you probably want to avoid long hair.
Yeah, and it's something where like you might have some other style thing in your life that might be questionable, or you might have something in your life where it might throw up some questions from some people. It seems that long hair people have no trouble whatsoever giving their opinion.
They either love it or hate it.
And we'll tell you.
There's no in between.
Yeah, it's just like, why do you have long hair, Greg? Here. I get DMs like daily, people sending me my own pictures. It's like, you should cut your hair like this. I hate your hair long. It's just like, and I'm like, well, thanks for sharing.
It's funny, I'll put up polls on my Instagram sometimes and I'll say, should I cut my hair? Yes or no? Literally 99.99% of the time, it's split right down the middle.
Oh.
It's like 51-49, 50-50, like yes, no, yes, no.
Mine's like 60, keep it, 40, cut it.
That's interesting. Mine's literally always split down the middle of like keep it or cut it. So just know that comes with it. Luckily, I live in Austin. It's, I guess, more accepted here. A lot of people have long hair. A lot of guys have long hair here. It's like kind of the normal walking
I think in
around
like
here.
more, I consider Austin a progressive city. If you are in a city like Philadelphia or New York or LA, it's more acceptable in a way. You're going to see guys. You see it more in fashion. You see it in editorial. There's more people who are familiar with it. If you live in a smaller town, say in mid-America, it might not be perceived the same way as it would in a town like Austin or in a town like Philadelphia. So once again, one of the reasons long hair sucks is because,
you got haters.
because of you.
Tip number 5. Greg, tell him.
Number 5, when you have long hair options, even though we've done a video on the fact that you can have some options up, down with your hair, man bun, ponytail, you're giving up an opportunity to go to the barbershop, and you're giving up an opportunity to say have 12 different hairstyles over the course of a year. When you have long hair, it's like watching ice melt sometimes. It's just like, you know, like watching grass grow. It's just like there's not much change from month to month, and whether you're throwing it up or throwing it down, not much variation. But over the course of a year, going to the barbershop every 4 to 6 weeks, you know, you might have a crew cut 1 month, grow it out, have an executive taper in 2 months, you know, all of a sudden have a wedge, all of a sudden have a mullet within the course of a year. And so you have a variety of different looks. Yeah. You're giving that up by deciding and committing to growing your hair long.
If you're a guy who actually likes simplicity and you either put your hair up or you put it down, and that's your kind of day-to-day routine, you might like that. If you're the type of guy who likes to experiment with different haircuts, go to the barber, change it up, go from a quiff to a pompadour to an undercut, you know, these are all options you're losing out on by growing your hair out. You just have long hair. That's kind of the only option at this point.
What I miss about having shorter hair, I like barbershop culture. I miss seeing this guy as often as I was sitting in before. I actually miss making barbershop videos myself, where I'm sitting in the chair as opposed to recording the videos. I think it's very relaxing to sit in a chair sometime. Even if you're not having a banter with the barber, I like, you know, the sound of the clippers. I like the feeling on the back of my neck when I get a fade. There are certain things, you're giving that all up by growing your hair long.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like barbershop culture, sitting in the barbershop with typically a bunch of guys, and you're sitting there. It doesn't matter if it's guys or girls, but people, you know, there's a banter, there's a chat in the barbershop.
I've had some amazing conversations with my stylist and the people that I've connected with in the barbershop. Whether you go to a salon or you go to a barber, there's just tons of connection and community and conversations that you can have that you're also going to be giving up.
Yep. Some people don't even see their real friend, you know, like 12 times a year. And if you're going to the barbershop every 4 weeks, you're guaranteed that you're going to see that special girl and special guy in your life and get an opportunity to see them. You're giving that up with long hair.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that having long hair sucks.
Yeah, so that's it. Those are 5 reasons why we hate long hair. Check out this video. We're going to do 5 reasons why we love long hair. See you guys in the next video. Peace.